Hello and welcome to Emma's ESL English. Today I just wanted to do a little video about comparative and superlative adjectives. So this is a little weird thing that I noticed this week with quite a few of my students. They were making a mistake with this. And I'm pretty sure you guys spent a lot of time at school learning about this, so I'm sure you know the grammar rules. But I wanted to just kind of go over it again and hopefully build a little bit of awareness around it. These are not things that are super bad mistakes to make, but it is something that a native speaker would notice if you made the mistake. So when we're talking about comparative and superlative adjectives, we're talking about when we want to compare two things, or when we want to say that something is the best or worst of a set of things. We often use than in those sentences. He is taller than her, for example, or he is the tallest person, something like that. So what we're talking about here is how to build those sentences. What I noticed is a lot of people were adding more or most to the comparative or superlative adjective. So this is where it's getting confusing. So the rule is, it's English, so be aware it's wobbly, but basically the rule is if it has one or two syllables, so sounds in the word, then it should just have an ER or an EST added to the end of the word. So big becomes bigger or biggest. But if it has three or more syllables, then we don't add the ER or EST because it makes it super duper long. Instead, we just use more or most before the adjective. Okay, does that make sense? So let me give you some more examples. So we had big, that's only one syllable. If we use happy, that's two syllables. So happy becomes happier or happiest. Remember, with happy, it's got a Y at the end, so we have to take out the Y and add an I. So it will be happy with an IER or happiest with an IEST at the end of it. But the point is it's got two syllables, so we add the ER or the EST. However, if we look at, for example, beautiful, if I say beautifuler, it's too long. We don't like it. Sounds weird. Beautifulest. No. So we say more beautiful. She is more beautiful than her friend. I don't know. I feel like that's rude. And she is the most beautiful person in the room, for example. Those work. So the trick is to remember not to put these two things together. So we don't want to say that is the more bigger fish than that one, or that is the most biggest fish I've ever seen. We just have that is the biggest fish I've ever seen, right? We could do the same with happy. We don't want to say I am more happier than her, just I am happier than her. Okay, makes sense. And similar with beautiful, right? We don't want to say she is the most beautifulest person in the room. We just say she is the most beautiful in the room. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Keeping it short and simple today. We've had a few pretty long videos, so let's go with that, really short and simple. So comparative and superlative adjectives, if it's one or two syllables, just add ER or EST to the end. If it's three or more syllables, then no ER, no EST, but use more or most before the adjective. Okay, let's leave it at that. Have a great weekend. I will see you next time. Bye.